It's amazing how Joseph Matthias Hauer had a great intuition about a system to organize all the possible 12-tone rows into 44 tropes or permutation classes, many years before the musical set theory established the standards for the enumeration of set classes. According to Gustafsson, what Hauer did in essence was to incorporate all the possibilities of tone row construction into 44 constellations or tropes, each trope then representing a multiplicity of possibilities. Trope number 1, for example, includes all rows or series in which C, C-sharp, D, D-sharp, E, and F in any order occur in the first half of the row and F-sharp, G, G-sharp, A, A-sharp, and B occur in the second half. In 1973, Allen Forte did the summary of all harmonic structures available in the 12-tone tempered system. Alongside with Forte, Elliott Carter, in his harmony book, also carried out an equivalent exhaustive study of the combinations between sets and their complements. Carter used his own naming convention of the sets, but chose to make a consensus between his particular nomenclature and that used by Forte. In the path to a better understanding of the harmonic materials derived from pitch class set theory, the Hauer system of tropes provides a comprehensive yet summarized insight about how the classes of permutations can be used as melodic and harmonic sources in the 12-tone universe. According to Ŝedivý, the 44 tropes are a system that allows one to gain a throughout overview of all existing 12-tone rows and to classify them with regard to common properties. Generally, a 12-tone set is divided into two complementary groups of 6 tones. These two groups are then examined with regard to their intrinsic and mutual interval relation. Since it is the relation of intervals that counts, the particular order of tones within each hexachord is as irrelevant as the order of the two complementary hexachords within a whole trope. Any existing 6-note set can be associated with a particular half of a trope. Before exploring the Hauer system, let's make an introductory inductive exploration of an experimental MIDI system of seeds. Let's start with a small universe with just 6 elements. This universe comprises only 720 permutations. These permutations use all elements without repetition of these elements. Each row is divided in 2 mutually exclusive and complementary 3-element sets. Based on these premises, since we are dealing with 6-element sets without repetition, choosing just the first 3-element sets implies necessarily that the remaining complementary 3 sets will comprise the whole 6-element unordered set. The order is irrelevant in the concept of trope. It's enough to define just the first 3 elements to get the total 6-element set by complementarity. Thinking in this way, let's examine the permutations of 3 elements out of 6. The seed is a parent permutation from which you can derive many permutations or children using its same elements. In the seed, the order is irrelevant. As a convention, let's consider the ascendant order as the seed for other permutations. Now we have all the 120 permutations of 3 elements out of 6-element universe. The seeds are in bold. In this way, 120 permutations are reduced to just 20 seeds. Now let's take the 20 seeds and arrange in 10 mutually exclusive 3-element sets, each pair comprising all the 6 elements. There are seeds equivalent by rotation, or in musical terms, transposition. The equivalent seeds in necklace notation show exactly the same geometric figure, just rotated. Let's choose the seed 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as the prime seed of this class. The same occurs with this group of seeds, which produces the same geometric shape in different rotations or transpositions and mirrorings. Let's choose the seed 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5 as the prime seed of this class. Lastly, the seed 0, 2, 4, 1, 3, 5 produces the third shape shown below. From the standpoint of summarizing, we can say that all that initial 10 seeds can be reduced to only the following 3. For the sake of a minimal expenditure of means, as we are dealing with complementary 6-element sets, it's enough to say that all the seeds, unordered sets, can be reduced to just 012, 013, and 024 and its respective complements. We can also say that all the 720 permutations of 6 elements are based on only 3 seeds. The same happens in the universe of 12 tones. Almost 500 million of permutations are related to only 44 tropes, or seeds. From this perspective, we can understand the Hauer Tropes as exactly the same concept of seeds explained before, but instead of the 6-element universe, we now have a 12-element universe. All the permutations you are seeing and hearing are derived from the trope number 1. And these are derived from trope number 3. These seeds or tropes can be represented as complementary hexachords as clockface diagrams. This representation can make us easily grasp some properties of these hexachords, such as the nature of its complementarity. In his harmony book, Elliott Carter made an ordering that organizes the hexachords into 4 families designated here by the letters A, B, C, and D. In my clockface representation, I used this classification of Carter to present and to make the association of the Hauer tropes to 40 numbers. According to Carter, the group A are non-invertible and self-complementary by transposition. Looking to the geometric shapes, we can see that you have the same geometric figure just rotated. Group B are invertible and self-complementary by inversion. If you look at the geometric figures, you can see that the complementarity is achieved by flipping the figure. Group C are non-invertible, in which the complement is another not invertible 6-note chord that shares the same total interval content. And lastly, Group D are invertible, in which the complement is another invertible 6-note chord with the same total interval content. Nowadays, after the advances in discussion of musical set theory, it's possible to articulate the legacy of Forte and Carter with the pioneering Hauer, thanks to the great enlightenment provided by Ŝedivý. And I hope this presentation can serve as a gentle introduction to this subject, providing some dialogue among the literature. The Carter families and its clockface representations articulates the connection with the respective Hauer tropes and the concept of 12-tone hexachordal combinatoriality. In this way, it's much easier to understand the nature of each 12-tone row and to which Carter family and Hauer trope its hexachords pertains. Doing the reverse engineering of the tone rows by this kind of classification can help us to understand some compositional choices for some specific 12-tone rows and other choices related to some deliberate transformation applied to these tone rows, based on nature and properties of the combinatoriality and content of the hexachords. Thank you very much. Hope you like it.